So Kanye is up to being controversial once again. I don't even know if he's doing it on purpose this time. I don't even know what he actually believes. I don't know if he's just doing it for attention. But anyway, he's now talking about slavery. Kanye's pretty much just said slaves were there by choice. That in an interview with TMZ. I'll play the video for you.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race.
Okay, first things first, Nate.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay. I think there was probably 100 better ways you could have gone about doing this. Probably more. But I'm gonna start off with, I watched the video and I had to watch it more than once, honest, because I was like, what? And then I watched it again and I was like, okay, he's trying to make a point, but it is very poorly made.
Yeah.
So let's start off with, he says, you know, where he's talking about slavery and being like, it's a
For
choice.
400 years?
Yeah, it's being a choice. So I want to start off with saying, like, yeah, okay, he came back out and said, you know, obviously I know slavery wasn't, you know, free will done. It was forced on them.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know, after the video came out, and everyone, you know, started going at Kanye for saying those things, he immediately jumps back on Twitter to kind of clarify his statement about slavery. But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, Nate.
No, you're good. So he's talking about, you know, he goes into the mindset. He wants to talk about the mindset that you were in. But I mean, this was part of you know, slavery, was you break the will of the person and then you keep them enslaved. Like, that's what you do. So
exactly.
That's the whole point behind it, was to get them in a mindset where they think that this is all it's ever gonna be. Like, that's what they do. That's what they do now with the sex trafficking. That's what they do with the slaving now. Like, it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's still going on. Like, that's what they do.
What's the saying? What's it? Break the minds. And can't remember the saying. There's a saying that goes along with that.
Yeah, it's something like, if you can break them, you know, break their mind, then, or their will, then you have them. Like, there's no point.
Something, about something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know,
let me hold on. If you haven't seen the tweets, guys, let me just read it for you. Kanye said, "To make myself clear, of course, I know that slaves did not get shackled and put on a boat by free will. My point is, for us to have stayed in that position, even though the numbers were on our side, means that we were mentally enslaved. The reason I brought up 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea. They cut out our tongues so we couldn't communicate to each other. I will not allow my tongue to be cut out." Immediately, just like you guys, after seeing the video and Kanye saying how everyone who was enslaved back then were there by choice, I was upset. I was like, what is this guy saying? What is he talking about? He's lost his mind. he's actually gone crazy and has no sense of, he doesn't know anything about history. But then after reading the tweets, I kind of understood what he was trying to say. I wasn't as upset of his statements, but I feel like his statements were just, I don't know, I feel like sometimes he doesn't know how to interpret what he's trying to say better. So I feel, what I gathered, I don't know if you agree, Kanye's saying that people, obviously, they went through some sort of mental issues, in the sense that they were slaves and the slave masters were imprisoning their minds, and now that people are outside of slavery, he's trying to try and break out of that mindset of how slaves were thinking. That's what I kind of got from it. Is that what you got from what you're trying to say?
I kind of pulled, like, he's talking about, like, the here and now. and he was using very poorly again the slave, as a analogy. I think he's trying to say here and now, you need to be able to have a thought, and you need to be able to, communicate that thought and not be held back by, whoever. But I think you could have said what you said, but in a different way, and it would have done a lot better, and you wouldn't have had so much outrage. As a matter of fact, before the podcast, I messaged one of my friends I used to go to high school with, and I talked to him about it because I wanted to know what he thought about it, because he is an African American, and I said I'm still trying to form an opinion on it. Like, I still don't know what I completely think about it. So I asked him, what did he think? And he said he's upset because Kanye is he's got a platform that people follow, and that, whether you like it or not, he reaches out to kids, and kids follow him, sometimes mindlessly. And so if you don't explain yourself well, or you don't try to clarify what you meant, then what you have is, now you're going to have kids going around saying that Kanye said that slaves did it out of their own choice.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. Like, he is a role model, and the whole situation was just done very poorly. And I agree. It was a poor choice of words that he used to try to explain what he was thinking. And that's why I watched the video, 3, 4, 5 times, because I went back and watched it again just to make sure I heard everything right, and then I picked up on some stuff, and I went back and watched it again, and I see he's trying to say, you've got to break out of this mentality that's forced on you. You don't need to be in that mentality, and there's a better way to say it.
Yeah, I understood after the tweets. I understood what you were saying, but it was just that moment of that video. I feel like, how sometimes when you're put in the spot, how can I put it? You just say what's automatically in your mind.
Yeah.
The way how you honestly think comes to light. That's what I got when I first saw the video, and I don't know if the second part was a justification, or just to, I don't know, how come not a justification. I don't know if the second part, if the tweets were, I don't know if he just said that to, ease the crowd, ease the mob, or if that's what he really intended. I don't know, man. Everyone's talking about Kanye, and I just, man, because even down to getting into politics now, kind of, down to Trump, even down to Trump. Someone asked him, I think it was Ti asked him, what is it that you actually like about Trump? You said that you don't agree with everything, but what do you like? And he said, I like the fact that he did the impossible. I like the fact that he didn't take no for an answer. So what I got from that was, he just liked the fact that he somehow managed to become president. That's what he liked.
Yeah.
So he didn't say anything about trans policies or anything like that. He didn't say anything technically political. He just said, I like the fact that he's president, even though people didn't think he could be president. So all the things that he's saying in the tweets and everything, sometimes I think, I don't know, I feel like he just doesn't know how to get his point across. That's what I'm getting from him.
That's what I get too.
Yeah, Kanye, Kanye, man, he's got everyone talking about him, that's for sure. Yeah. And I think everyone's gonna probably just at least listen to his album once, just to see what he's on.
Yeah, and okay, if he is trying to make the point, like, you need to get out of this mentality that is being forced on you, then and that's what he's trying to say, then I agree with him 100%. Because, and I'm not going to like delve into this, but the political system here in the United States has a mentality that it forces on people so that certain people can stay in power. That's all I'm going to say about it. And I am of the mindset that if people would really just try to better themselves and try to get out of that mentality and just try and get to know somebody that's not like them, it would start to change. But again, that mentality is forced onto people, and so they don't want to know anybody different because all they ever see is what is painted for them, and it's scary, and it's, you know, not somebody they want to talk to or meet with.
Hopefully in the future people can break out of that mentality soon enough. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be in my kid's lifetime. I don't know when it's going to happen, but hopefully. But guys, if you've heard now you've heard what Kanye said and everything, what do you think? Was you outraged? Was you vexed? Was you know, what was your reaction to it? And now that you've seen the tweets, what do you think? Are you still mad? Let us know in the comment section below. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And obviously, if you want to be updated with all our next videos, please click the bell. It's somewhere around here to be updated. You know where the bell is. Also guys, we set up our Patreon, so please support us, please help us out. We love to create content like this all the time and keep it pushing, keep it moving. We will put the link in the description. Please support us.